What's the plan this week?
We got back to some individual, which I'm always a big fan of. I'm not crazy about getting away from that like we do in the season. It tends to get scaled back constantly. So we've got a good 30 minutes of endo with all our kids, young ones, old ones. So that was a good way to start practice. Then we started working on some of the game plan for Arkansas, about 20 minutes of that. And then we got some good work in one-on-ones and hat hands and pass rush and Skelly. And so it was a good work day.
What makes their run game so successful?
Good players and physical offensive line, really good tailbacks, and they understand who they are. And they do a good job coaching that and scheming you and formation, the whole deal. But at the end of the day, they've got very physical offensive linemen and good backs.
What's the plan in terms of the injured guys and not really pushing them this week? How have you been utilizing them?
Same as last week, really. We kind of had in our mind a 2-week plan to hopefully have everyone back. And, those that were out last week that we held out of things are being held out this week also. But are doing more stuff. I mean, I saw they were running and getting lifts in and all that today, but going to hold them out of practice this week and get them back Sunday, hopefully.
Is there anybody that concerns you the most that they wouldn't be available against Arkansas?
I think everybody, with the exception of the ones who are, out for the year, I think everyone, I believe, will be ready to go for Arkansas.
How do weeks like this help the development of some of those guys, like the freshmen who are redshirting? How do weeks like this help giving them attention and giving them reps?
Oh, it's not going to make them or break them because it's not as much as you would think. But there's no question to give them that coaching and that attention for the 30 minutes that they got today is going to be helpful as we move forward in the next phase of their development. So. It's not we're not solving all the issues that they may have in 1 week's time, but it is helpful.
Y'all had given up a lot of rushing yards before Presbyterian. Do you feel like you took a step forward there?
It's hard to say because you're kind of comparing apples to oranges. We played, 2 really good rushing teams. Go look at the stats, at what those teams have done. And, there's certainly mistakes that we made that could have been helpful in limiting some of those, but those teams usually get their share of rushing yards. So I think it's just a product of playing in this conference. I don't if people are thinking you're going to walk in and hold teams that usually rush it for 300, 400 yards a game down to nothing, it's probably not a realistic expectation. So I don't care how talented you are, they've got super talent on that side too. And so we there were some things we've got to get corrected and hopefully do better in the next couple of weeks, but I think it's kind of hard to say you're comparing 2 totally different animals there.
Who of those redshirt guys, when you do get a chance to look at them, usually stick out to you?
One-on-ones today, I was Dayall and String had some really good routes, as did Sammy Epps. I was impressed there. Keem Judd looks the part. We didn't go live today with the running backs except for in some one-on-one hat-hands deal with the linebackers, and he's physical, big, strong guy. Sean Rawlings he's starting to look and develop and look like what we hoped he would. I think he could be a really good center in time. So we're kind of excited about that. And always I get to watch those D linemen all the time, and Breland and Victor and G-Mac, I think, have chances to be special.